because to be honest, I googled pictures of snakes and a lot of them seem to have yellow eyes. So, but I'm building a statue at this point. Like, this is massive. So I've also finished a little ditto. It's obviously not a baby at all because it's enormous. Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Amanda and I own a small crochet business called The Cotton Florist. This week we are doing a whole week of market prep. We have 2 weeks until our first market, like general market of the year. I've done a con a couple of weeks ago. That vlog is posted if you're interested, but this one is going to be like a regular market. It's at a school, it's in 2 weeks time, and it's generally my biggest market of the year. It's a single day, but it seems to outperform even my multi-day convention. So I need to prep a lot just in case it's good for the third year running. Like, it could be a flop and I'm totally okay with that. But I'm just going off the assumption that maybe it'll be great again for the third year. So I want to have as much inventory as I possibly can, and I'm going to be market prepping like crazy for the next 2 weeks. So first we'll check to see how much inventory I currently have. I'm not going to go through everything. I'll just show you guys a number value and then we'll see how much we can prep. And at the end of the video, we can go through and see how much I've managed to make in a week. I did actually just run out of stuffing on Friday. It's now Sunday, by the way. And Saturday was a public holiday, so I wasn't able to crochet anything on Saturday because I had no stuffing. And I've just gone to Spotlight and bought a massive bag of stuffing, so we're okay again. We can keep prepping. So I will jump into what numbers we have currently for our inventory. So currently we have 81 plushies. We have 6 flowers, like little mini bouquets, with a total inventory value of $2,367, which is pretty good. So I'm happy with that for now. We do have 2 weeks to get that number up because we are going to have some back-to-back markets. So if you've watched my previous vlogs, you would have seen that I bought a bag of this. It was a Millen's bag. I believe it's burnout. It's really soft and I wasn't too sure what to make with it. So I put a poll on Instagram asking what you guys are making with it, what I should make with it. And I got a lot of responses for frogs, turtles, and kind of marine animals, which I expected. And I was trying to think like what patterns I could use. And then Crochet by Sammy suggested a snake. And it was actually the best timing because I had just watched her vlog where she had made a snake using it was like a nice yellowish kind of variegated yarn. And I watched her vlog the night before and she made the snake. And then when she commented, I was like, that is such a great idea. Like, I've wanted to make snakes, but never really had a push to do it. Not really knowing what yarn to use. And for some reason, I never considered green as a snake. But of course, like a green tree snake, I don't know why I didn't think of it. But when she suggested it, I was like, that's it. It's something I've never made before. So I was excited to do something new because I've done a lot of turtles and frogs. I still have more of the yarn left. So if you guys have any more suggestions, please feel free to let me know what I should use for this yarn. Otherwise, it'll be a turtle and a frog. But I'll show you the snake. I think I have about 10 more rounds for the length, and then it's going to start to be like, finishing off. But I have to stuff it as I go because otherwise I just can't get in there. But isn't it just the cutest? Look at this. It's so cute. Who knew that snakes could be so cute? Like, I don't know. This is awesome. And it's kind of like springy. So I've got, another 10 rounds to go. So it's going to be like a decent length. And I've given it yellow eyes because, to be honest, I googled pictures of snakes and a lot of them seem to have yellow eyes. So I don't know. It's glittery yellow eyes. So I think it looks really cute. So I will hopefully have this finished in like an hour or so. And yeah, this yarn is just so soft. If you guys know what this yarn is called, let me know. I'm pretty sure it's burnout, but I don't know what like the color is. I probably wouldn't buy it anyway full price because it's like, I think they're like $20+ a ball, and it was $8.50 for 2 of these in the Milan, so good value. But yeah, I'm gonna have more yarn left over, so let me know what I should do with this or if I should just make another snake. But it's coming along really nicely. So I'm gonna finish this up and then I'll show you guys what it's gonna look like when it's done. All right, so the snake is done, all finished. It's actually turned out to be a pretty good size and didn't take very long to finish off. I think I did an extra 8 or so rounds from when you last saw. So it's very cool, and it's good that the pattern makes it like already be very twisty, so I can loop it around things in my display to make it easier for me to display it. I can hang it off something. I'm not too sure how I'm going to display this one, but it's all done. The next project I want to work on, I wanted to revisit a pattern that I abandoned about 2 years ago. It's the Sleepy Monster pattern by Little Crochet Things. So they made a Snorlax pattern. It was pretty popular a couple of years ago and I started it, but I abandoned it. I'm using Parfait XL. And see how it's quite pointy. I was doing the yarn over method back then, and I don't do that anymore. I do yarn under, yarn over. So I'm actually going to frog all of this and start again, just because the way I crochet now is going to be very different. So it's going to be much smaller if I start from here. So I'm going to frog the whole thing, start again. Now the reason that I did this pattern in, well, I'm crocheting this one in XL is because I wanted it to be quite huge. The point of this one back when I started was to make a really big like feature plushie for my display. So I'm going to revisit. I'm going to see how big it looks now that I crochet a little bit different. But I do want a nice big chunky plushie to put so it kind of draws attention. I know I should probably be doing bees and other little things, but I thought I want to change, so I'm going to do this. We're going to see how long it takes. There is a lot of color changes on this pattern, obviously, because it's a Snorlax, so it's got half blue, half white. I'm probably not going to time myself because we all know how that turns out. So I'm just going to wing it, see how long it takes, and then I'll check in probably tomorrow when the lighting is better and we can sort of see what it's looking like. Okay, sorry for the bad lighting, but I just wanted to show you guys where I'm up to. So this is round 9. So you can see it is going to be massive. Like it's going to be a big Snorlax, which I'm happy about. So I don't know if you can notice the clip before where I showed you what I was going to be frogging. The head was a lot more like this. Like it was really pointed. But now, because I now crochet with yarn under, yarn over, instead of yarn over, yarn over, yarn over, it's a lot more flat. It's a 7 magic circle at the start as well. So 8 would be even flatter, but 7 is good. 6 would be much more pointy, even with yarn under, yarn over. But just showing you guys, it does make a difference. I'm also using a 6mm hook. So my stitches are not as long anymore and they definitely shape better. So if you have problems with really pointy crochet like plushies, it could be whether you're yarn under, yarn over, yarn over, yarn over, etc. Or it could be tension. Or your magic ring is too small. So for me, it was also an issue of my stitches were always so long because of yarn over and not tight enough, I guess. So it's coming out much nicer. It's not pointy anymore. It's like a little bit, but it's just where the magic ring was. So it's a better shape. So I'm liking this. So I'm up to round 9. I have a long way to go. This is going to be a very sizable plushie. So I'm going to keep working on it. I probably won't check in tonight because it's getting a little bit dark now. Well, it's very dark. So I'll show you what I've been able to get done tonight, tomorrow. So we'll do a check-in and see. I'm hoping to at least have the head done because I've got a few other things I need to do, like my tags. I haven't done that yet. So it's just, yeah, trying to find receipts from 2 years ago is a nightmare, but I'm going to do as much as I can. There is a lot of color change, like I said, but we'll see. It shouldn't be too bad. So I'm just going to try and power through this. It is starting to hurt my wrist a little bit because it's like, I really should have a bigger size hook and yeah, having to move my whole arm because it's like quite thick yarn, but it's fine. We'll get there. We'll keep pushing on. So tomorrow I'll have an update for you and hopefully the head is done. Okay, so it is literally the next day. It's like 6 o'clock. No, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon, but the sun's setting because it's not daylight savings anymore, which sucks. But I will show you how much of the Snorlax I've done. I was up until like 3 a.m. last night, not crocheting, trying to do my tax. So any other small business owners out there, seriously, save your receipts. I have been going through my emails and like just trying to find like all my expenses and it's just everywhere. It's a nightmare. So I didn't spend too much time crocheting, but I think I spent maybe like an hour and a half on this Snorlax. So I'll show you what it's looking like now. So I've done the head and like the very start of the body. So I knew that when I decided to use Parfait XL, it was going to be big, but I don't think I thought it was going to be like this big. This is just the head and like it's really massive, which is great because I obviously chose the thicker yarn so that it would be big. But I'm building a statue at this point. Like this is massive and this is just the head. So I don't even know how many rows to go, but I know it's got like the full body and then like the little feet are on the front. So it's not standing, it's like sitting down. It's meant to be like a sleepy Snorlax, so I don't have to worry about safety eyes. I'm just going to draw like little sleepy eyes, like embroidered. But I'm actually going to check the pattern in just a second and we'll see like how many more rows I've got to go. Okay, so I'm roughly on like round 20. I just realized I lost where I'm up to. I think I'm round 20 and I've got to have another 18 rounds to go. So it's going to be double the size. If this is round 20 and I have another 18, so it's going to be huge. I'm hoping it doesn't take me too much longer. Luckily, it's just like a bunch of circles and then the arms and the legs as well. just little circles. So it should be very easy. There's no complicated sewing or anything. I think it's got ears as well. I'm just looking at the pattern on my computer. It's got ears, but I kind of definitely don't want to spend too much time on this one because I do have a lot of other things to crochet, but it's a nice sort of distraction. And the good thing is I can swap in and out. Like this does hurt my arm because I'm like doing such wide motions. I can always just stop and start and jump onto something else, which brings me to the next pattern that I purchased. So I just purchased a pattern by Crafted for Comfort, and it is the little ditto pattern. And the reason I bought it was because it's a no-sew ditto. So if you guys have used ditto patterns before, you know there's generally like 3 pieces you have to crochet and then you kind of sew them all together and work in. That's why because it's like a blob shape, right? So it's got a lot of extra stuff you got to crochet on. It's not a lot, but it's just extra work. This apparently is like a no-sew. So the way that you crochet it all in, I guess the increases and decreases make the whole shape. So I bought that one so I can make a bunch of dittos, and apparently they're like 30 minutes to make. So I thought that could be great for stressful market prepping and to make at the event. I will make some dittos for this next market coming up because this market is located in a school. I'm sure there's a lot of kids that have played Pokopia or know of Pokemon, so I think it should be pretty popular anyway. So I'm gonna definitely crochet some of those. I'm gonna keep crocheting with this guy, and then when my arms get tired, I'm going to swap over and I'm going to crochet the Crafted for Comfort no sew ditto pattern. Okay, time for a little update. I finished my tax, which is great. I've been spending like 3 hours a night for the past maybe 3 nights trying to figure this out. So I finally submitted it all to my tax agent. It's done. And I've been able to concentrate on just crocheting. So first update, let me show you what I've done with this baby Snorlax pattern. I have done some more. It's not finished though, but I'll show you what it's looking like. So this is it so far. I'm about to start my second ball of the XL Parfait Chunky. So lucky I bought 2 balls of yarn when I was like looking at this pattern. I only have one of the cream, but I think it's okay because it's mostly the blue. And we don't have too many more rounds to go until we finish the body, so it should be fine. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with the feet because there is brown and I don't have any brown in this color, so I'm not really sure what to do. So I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but for now I'm going to concentrate on getting the body done and all stuffed and then embroidered eyes, and then I guess we'll have a look at what to do with the feet. Hands I think are fine. I think that's just the same colors, but yeah, we'll see. But this is the update on Snorlax, and I believe the pattern designer as well is coming out with a mod for the moss Snorlax. So if you play Pokopia, you'll know there is like a moss version, a green moss version, and they're coming out with a mod. So as soon as they come out with that, I'm going to grab that and make a moss version. Obviously not this big, it'll be like a Parfait Chunky version because I don't have any other colors of this type of like yarn. But yeah, so stay tuned for that. But for now, let's finish this guy, but I'll show you also what I was working on. So I've also finished a little ditto. This was a pattern that I bought, I think it's Crafted for Comfort, and it is like, they advertised it as like a 30-minute no-sew ditto pattern, and it definitely is. Like I didn't time it, but it was very quick. And unlike the traditional ditto patterns, I suppose, that you would normally see, you don't have to make a bunch of the little blobs first and then sew them together. So that was kind of nice, which I think I mentioned in my previous clips that's what the pattern was saying, and that's what I was kind of interested to see whether it did that, because the thing that stops me from making a lot of these shaped things for market prep is basically all of the bits I need to sew on. But if I can make shapes like this without having to sew pieces together, that's a big win for me when I'm market prepping, especially when I'm trying to get a bunch of smaller stuff done. With the bigger stuff, it doesn't care. I like to sew if it's for a big thing, but for small things, just so it's easier, yeah, it's good. So I've made one and I've started on a second. And I'm just using the Stash Velour yarn from Spotlight. So this is the purple color. I think I have like another couple of skeins of this. So I'm probably going to make around 5 of the dittos, I assume. I'm thinking of 5. I think 5 is a good number to have. I don't know how popular they will be, but I've got 3 upcoming markets that I can test them on, so we'll see. We'll see how they go. What I'm going to do is prioritize. I mean, I changed and did these because I was getting sick of working with the big yarn, but now I'm going to go back and prioritize this Snorlax, get it finished out of the way. Okay, so this is going to be the final check-in for the Snorlax plushie, which I've pretty much finished. I'll show you what it looks like. It's so massive. So when I say it's pretty much finished, the only things I need to do is the little claws, the fingernails on each of the hands, and there's also like a little slippy bubble coming down from his face. So I haven't done those yet. I probably will, but I'll do them with felt. I'm just not too sure about the felt on the hands because it does make it a little bit like it won't stick very well. They do have a crochet like tell you how to make the crochet ones, but I don't know about whether that will look good either. So I'm going to just trial it out. But for now, this is the Sleepy Baby Snorlax. Obviously you're not a baby at all because it's enormous. I think I ended up using one entire skein of the XL Parfait Chunky, half a skein, so of the blue, and then half a skein as well, and then about 3/4 of the cream skein of XL Parfait Chunky as well. So I used a lot. And for the feet, I actually ended up double stranding. So I used Parfait Chunky, not XL, just regular, and then I double stranded it. It didn't make it heaps thicker, but it did make it a little bit thicker. So that's probably the best I could do because I didn't have a thick brown yarn. So this one is all done. I'm probably going to move on to some little things now just to get a couple of them out of the way. But I'll see how much I can crochet this afternoon before I finish up this vlog. So I'm also going to be doing a Mosslax version. It's just a green version. And I know the perfect yarn as well. And it's the same yarn that I made this snake out of, which is the Milans yarn from Spotlight. So I think it's meant to be burnout blanket, but look at that. It's such a nice green. So I don't think I have enough to make an entire one. Maybe I do. But when that pattern comes out by Crochet Little Things, I will get the mod for this. So it's like a free mod for this one. Because I've already paid for this, I'll get the free mod. So it's not out yet, but hopefully soon, and then I can make one of these. But this did take me a lot of time. It probably took me like 9 hours or something to make, honestly, because I took so long to do it. Probably didn't need to take that long, but the color changes slowed me down a ton. But yeah, I think it's just so awesome. So this is probably the biggest plushie I've ever made, honestly. And I'll probably price him around $180 because he'll be my centerpiece. So let me know what you think. Well, that is it for another crochet market prep vlog. Tune in next week and I'll be doing market prep and also a market vlog. If you like these videos, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.